are going to start the last chapter for Accounting 1, and it's all in closing out the accounts. Everything, income summary down will be closed, and also your drawings will be closed. So we want to zero these accounts out. I have on our Canvas page the steps to closing out. The first thing we're going to close is cells. We're going to move it into income summary. Second one is expenses into income summary, and then we're going to close our income summary, and that money goes into our capital, and then we're going to close our drawing. So the first thing that we're going to do is you first have to write closing account. Then you put the last day of the month, which is the 30th. We're going to do the opposite. So sales is usually credited. That's its normal balance side. So now we're going to debit sales. So that will make it 0, 2160. And we're going to move all this money and we're going to credit this into our income summary. So 2160. Then the next thing we're going to close is our expenses. But we're going to move it all into the income summary. So this is a whole nother transaction. That's something important to remember. So we're going to close and put all of our money into income summary. What we're going to close is our expenses, and we're just going to go straight down. So we're going to close our advertising expense. So instead of debiting it, we're going to credit it $460, and that way when we put it in our posting journal, we will actually have it closed. We're going to put in our cash short and over for $6. We're going to do insurance expense for $125. Miscellaneous expense for $189, and our supplies expense for $153. And then the last one we're going to do is our utilities for $550. Now what we would do is we would add all these up and we put what our total expenses are, and we're going to put them in our income summary. Well, we've already done that in on our worksheet. So this 1483 is our total expenses, which that's the money that goes into our income summary. So that's pretty nice. Now the next thing we're going to close, we're going to put a 30 here, is our income summary. Now this one is tricky because we don't know if our income summary is going to be debit or if it's going to be a credit. So what we need to figure out is which one is higher. Is it our sales, 2160, or is it our expenses? So right now our income summary is high on our credit side. So we're going to debit our income summary. We're going to pull up our calculator. And then I'll show you the trick with this one as well. So we're going to take our amount that we have in our, we scroll up here, we take 2160. We're going to subtract our income summary right here, 1483, which is 677. Well, if you look right here, our net income is 677. So we're going to take this 677 and debit it into our income summary. And then we're going to credit our capital. Now I need to figure out who our capital is. It's Connor. So we're going to put Connor Whitney and his drawing for the same amount. Now, if this was a net loss, meaning our expenses exceeded our sales, then these two things would be flopped. So if this was a net loss, our drawings would be up top and our income summary would be below. But right now, this is showing that we're going to actually add $677 into our income summary. Into our capital. Then the last thing, if you look at the list on Canvas, the last thing we're going to close is our capital. Not our capital. Oops, I made a mistake. It's not our drawing. We're going to put that in as capital. Make sure to make that change. The next thing we're going to close is our drawing. I got one step ahead. We're going to put Connor Whitney's drawing, but that is actually normal balance side is on the debit. So we're going to actually want to credit the drawing and we will debit the capital. So 1,700, and we will debit capital, credit Connor Whitney drawing for 1,700. All right, so that's how we close out our accounts. The next step should be pretty easy in the fact that we've done it in chapter 4, and what we will be doing is we're going to be posting this. So we're going to go to each general journal, and I'm not going to do all these with you, but I will show you. We'll go to Cells and open up our Cells account. We'll put in the last day of the month, which is the 30th. We don't put anything in for item. Our post reference, remember, it's General Journal G and the page number 8. So G8. And on this one, we debited $21.60. And so now our account is zeroed out. And you're going to do that for every single one of the lines. So this should be a review back to chapter 4, if I remember right. The last step, make sure to put 410 up here. If you have questions on how to post, you can ask your teacher or you can go back and find a video on it. Thank you.